Hello, everybody. So, this is my last tip in this series, and there were so many thoughts I had on tools and techniques that I could offer you to help you cultivate standing strong and happy in the storms of your life and in the storms that go on in our world. But I landed on this one, and that is the small things are the big things. I love that. That explodes with meaning for me. That phrase reminds me time and time again that every moment is bursting with the divine presence. And in it, in that bursting with divine presence, is all that I'm truly looking for. And not only what I'm looking for, but all that I need and all that will help my life in every way. I'm sure many of you either ascribe to that thought, live it out with great fidelity, or at least entertain the possibility of it. But what about when we've got big things going on in our lives? What about when we have big losses or shakeups or changes happening? I don't know about you, but I can tend to then focus on that big thing in a way that separates me, even if ever so mildly, from the living out that the small things are really the big things. It seems in moments like that that the big thing is the pressing issue. And that's so. These big shakeups, they demand our attention. They're calling us onward. So that is so. However, a way that we stand strong in it is to remember that amidst the big thing, we are also meant to not miss out on the small things. Now try that on for size and let me know what you think. Because as you know, I don't consider myself the be-all, end-all of knowing things. I just like to explore these possibilities and then share with others what I'm finding to be true, invite in others to share what they're finding to be true, and let it be a chance to meet and learn from each other. But I have found that to be so, that even in the big things of my life, and I've had some really dramatic shakeups, if you will, that it's still within the matrix of everything bursting with the divine presence, making the small things the big things just as much. For instance, if you're going through a big loss, a small thing would be being in the supermarket and being present with the cashier. That's infused with divine opportunity. That's infused with a gateway for you to access the resourcefulness within. So when big things are going on, and whether they are or not right now, cultivating and remembering and trying it out and experimenting with it, that the small things are holding the same dynamic potency, can reap tremendous fruit. It can even open you up to new insight and genius in your big problems that may be going on that you need solutions for. So this is a practice I want to share with you that's a chance to try it out tomorrow. And admittedly, I've actually encouraged this practice many, many times over the past 15 years. So I've got many more, but I like this one. Let there be a day when you choose to be fully there for every yes and every no that you need to speak. Period. Let yourself sink into it, feel it, taste it, notice the different emotions that arise. Let it be a chance to not just say yes to somebody, whether you know them or not, and move on to the next thing, but let it be a chance to linger. I don't know about you, and I know I say that a lot. I love to linger. Lingering is well expressed when you have an afternoon glass of wine and you linger with the sun that's shedding its rays through the window. Lingering is when you have time for the unexpected people that want to talk and show up in your life. Lingering is when you move away from your to-do list and you have nothing on your list to do. So let yourself linger a little bit with the saying yes and the saying no. And I think both are important because oftentimes we have a relationship. Sometimes it's easy to say yes and hard to say no. Sometimes we give our yeses in very perfunctory ways and we move forward so rapidly that it's not a chance for intimacy with the one we're standing before or talking to on the phone or Skyping with. So that's my tip. To allow, even in the big things that our lives are, to allow it to be within the matrix of the small things that are bursting with that divine presence. And letting your saying yes and your saying no be an opportunity to let yourself have the gift of that moment. Great to be with you. I so appreciate you all. Thank you for all your emails, all your comments, all your ways you're connecting. Let's keep it going. Let's stoke this fire of living an inspired life. Blessings. Mwah.